guys. We're back. So we're on the second part of accessibility um, topic for a web page. By the end of this chapter, we will learn the other remaining techniques to make our web page accessible, meaning easy to use. So our first topic would be the ARIA attributes. So this is specification, defines semantics or type of UI elements in the HTML. So it defines the HTML elements because usually we use HTML elements to define our um, components. But for some elements such as progress bar, tab, like how would you detect that the user browsed to another tab? We use ARIA attributes for this. Um, so one of the key concept of ARIA is called roles. So a tree defines the root. I'll show you an example, guys. So here, so this tree, it used to be an ordered list. This tree defines the root of the node. So that's uh, the main concept of ARIA. Tree item defines the node. So this list, remember in the previous video, the list attribute. So you can define that via role as a tree item to define it as node. And group defines group of nodes. So that's the basics of ARIA. You can define the structure of a web page using this instead, because for some for screen readers, they don't see the or they don't have automated semantics for combination of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you must use these ARIA techniques to be able to make your component accessible even to screen readers. States and properties. So the role is connected to this. We can define the states whether it's collapsed or expanded using ARIA expanded attributes. So let's say we want to know if the node or this element is or collapsed or expanded or moved to another tab, which is the state. We use this ARIA labeled by attribute. So this is the example here. Tree label ARIA labeled by I expanded rather this false. So it's false for this element. So for area labeled by attribute, reference an HTML element that's supposed to be label or caption of the UI. Remember the label, that's the title of a group of elements. You use label for that. So for ARIA, we use ARIA labeled by to use as a label in our component. Then using a linear layout, usually people are confused because they don't have a sequence or order. So the way to mitigate this is to make sure that you start from the top to bottom of the web page. Like for example, my web page. Mm. Here, the elements or you see the time, date it was published. from top to bottom, from the latest to it's the same concept with ARIA. Sorry, with accessibility, you start with top to bottom. So let's say this, for example, here a keyboard. We will discuss this later, but I'll show you how this works. So for example, I click the submission. If I click tab, you're gonna see guys it scroll from left to right to bottom. So because we usually use tab for keyboard, defining the language for the web page here, subtitle. Here, this is a Filipino language. Magandang umaga. So to define a subtitle, you just need to use lang on the element and then define the language. For example, English, Tagalog. Provide keyboard support. So here's an example of the one that provide keyboard support. Here, the important concept is the tab index. So it defines what's the first key that will be pressed or the first component on the screen that will be pressed when you hit tab. For example, here, the keyboard, when I tab, the first is name, which is the tab index, and the access key R. For example, you want to go to this link, my link, you must press the R. So you can create a shortcut. For example, this name, the shortcut here is N. So that's the access key. And then this is the third tab index and fourth and so on. Using subtitles. So this is one of the most complicated part of this because for using subtitle, in order to see that in your browser working, you need to create a VTT file like this. So subtitles.vtt, and then you need to link that in your SRC. So I know you guys know that YouTube has automatically has subtitle for English video, but here you actually need to create your subtitles here using this file VTT. Open with, let's say open this. Here, kamusta? Subok lang natin. I'll show you guys how this works in video, but this is the code. You start with the source SRC with your video, type of video, and then in the track, you put the track as a child element of the source. So here, Filipino. And then you need to run your own server because Chrome does not have an automatic access to your file system. It's automatically banned using their security policy, so you need to create your own server. So I created my own server, and then we will provide an example on how this actually works. Let's see. So here, I'll just post here's our previous video. Hmm. Using subtitles here. When you turn on the caption and when you play this, you'll see the subtitles you created. Kamusta? Subok lang natin to kung gagana. And that's what the subtitles I created. So that's how you make the web page accessible. You use those kind of techniques. It depends on your goals. And then we also have testing. for accessibility. There's an automated and manual testing. For automated testing, there's an extension in Chrome. You can go here in Chrome extensions. Here, visit Chrome called Wave. I already added, but you just need to type Wave Evaluation Tool. And then when you go to your site, you just need to click the extension Wave. Click that, and then you'll see the errors. And then here's the errors. There's a 69 errors. View details. You're gonna see they're here in red. Are those that you see their contrast error. So that contrast error means that the text does not have enough contrast to make the text readable. Alerts, structural elements. There's a problem with the structure, heading, unordered list. So that's an extension, guys, for automated testing. For manual testing, because like for web application that has a lot of web pages, you usually need to have a manual tester. So it's actually a job that manually check. The classic example is the alternative text for images. Sometimes the alternative text is not as meaningful, so it's not as accessible. Sometimes for multiple pages, those are overlooked. So those needs to be checked by a manual tester. So that's it, guys. We're done with the accessibility section. We will now move to CSS processor, and we were able to discuss this important concept. This is how you make your web page easy to use, and this is actually how you know how most website works today. So it's very useful and important concept. So see you guys on the next video. Peace.